Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel. I'm so excited, I'm so happy also to have you here today and joining me for our exclusive content. So let us go. Today we have an interesting story or text from Osho, the book called The Fire of Truth. In existence, nothing is destructible, and it is not something to believe in. It is a scientific truth that you cannot destroy anything. You cannot destroy even a small piece of stone. Whatever you do, it will remain in some form or other. Science inquires into the objective world and finds that even objective reality is immortal. Religion works exactly like science in the inner world and finds that the dancing life is intrinsically immortal. It would be good to remember Socrates at this point because he was not a man to believe anything. If you had asked him whether your soul will survive after bodily death, he would say, "Let me first die, because unless I die, how can I say?" And the day he was given poison is one of the most significant days in the history of man. His disciples were sitting around him and he was lying down. He told him, "Disciples, I will tell you what is happening as long as I can speak. I will go on informing you." Then he said, "Up to my knees, my legs are dead. Please somebody pinch my legs so I can know whether I can feel it or not." Somebody pinched his legs. He said, "I cannot feel it. The legs have died, but I remember one thing, I'm as alive as ever was. The death of the legs has not cut a part of my life. My life is as whole as it ever was." Then all of the legs became dead, half of the body, and he said, "Half of my body is dead, but I am whole as ever." Then his hands became dead, and he said, "I'm still here, I'm still whole. Perhaps now my heart will stop, but I can say to you that even though I am not to be able to inform you, I will remain because all these parts are gone and I am whole." Then it doesn't matter. The heart is only a part. And when he died, his face was so delighted, so joyous, that his disciple, remembers, "We have never seen his face so full of light, so radiant. Perhaps the last moment when the soul is leaving the body is just like the sunset when the sun is going down and the whole sky becomes so beautiful and radiant." It is not a question of belief. I'm not a believer in anything, so I will not say to you to believe me that the soul is immortal. But it is my experience that it is immortal because I can remember my past lives. And that is a solid proof that these are going to be future lives. I can teach you techniques for remembering past lives, and that I will become a solid proof for you that you have a future. You have an entire eternity of past and an eternity of future. You have always been here and you will always be here. But first, drop your fake personality, grow into your authentic individuality. Live the way existence wanted you to live. Your very life should be so intense and so total that you burn your lives torch from both sides. In that very intensity, you will know that you have touched something of eternity. And if you have known it in your life, in your death, you will find a deeper confirmation of the fact. People who live in the personality always die unconscious. They have never lived. They don't know what consciousness is. So before death, they become unconscious. That's why we don't remember your past life. You were unconscious and death happened in your unconsciousness. But if you have consciously as an individual, then you will die consciously. The way Socrates is dying so conscious to the last breath, and this memory will be with you in the next life too. In the East, there are three great religions: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism. They disagree on every point. Their philosophy are different about everything, but on one point they agree, and that is the eternal existence of the soul. Because it's not a question of theoretical discussion, it is a question of existential experience. You can't disagree about it, it is exactly so. In contrast to these three religions in the East, there are the three religions born outside of India: Judaism, Christianity, and Mohammedanism. They all believe in one life, and they simply shows their poverty. They have not explored deeply enough to find past lives, and they cannot guarantee anything about the future. These three religions born outside India are superficial. Their work is not in-depth research. But in India, for 10,000 years, thousands of people have entered into self-realization and have found that there is some light that remains forever. It goes on moving from one body to another body, but is indestructible. I will not tell you to believe it. I will only say to you, experiment. I am against all beliefs, because every belief destroys you, destroys your thinking. I am in favor of experimenting, and there are techniques available that has been my whole life's work. So make those techniques available to anybody who really wants to search and to find, to one who is not only a curious person but is a seeker, who is ready to risk everything for the search. And it is a search for which you need to risk everything, because you are going to find the greatest treasure. Somebody asked also, what is freedom? Individual and collective? And also replied, in India there are sutras, the untouchables. 1/4 India is still living in slavery. These people cannot be educated. These people cannot move into other professions than those decided by the tradition 5,000 years ago, and to think of them as a human is impossible. Even to touch them makes you impure. You have to take a bath immediately, even if you don't touch the man, but only his shadow. Don't you have to take a bath. So there is physical slavery, and there is physical freedom, where your body is not enchained, whether it is not categorized as lower than anybody else's, where there is an equality as far as the body is concerned. But even today, this is not true. So, my dear friends, thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Thank you very much for your seeking the truth and thank you for joining me on this journey, on this adventure. Welcome also back, and until next time, keep searching and keep listening to some real things. Okay, bye bye.